What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I'm YBC, your neighborhood young black conservative, and this channel is the Menace. Is Ron DeSantis going to have a short campaign due to him coming up short in polls and vertically, and his recent attacks on Trump, which pushes off the MAGA base, which is a large portion of the Republican Party. I believe that itself is gonna end his campaign. Like when he showed up on the PBD podcast and he was getting joked out. He had like a clever, witty response where he just and say, "Hey yo, take his shoes off. Hey yo, stand up." That's all he had to do. Shoot, drop shoes. Get up, Pat, and just like shoulder to shoulder, or walk around with a tape measure. Like what shit would be funny if he just walks around with a tape measure and stuff like that, and just like someone talks shit, he just pulls it out and then like ends it. That's be funny if he did something like that. Bec- but he might be faking his height, which is weird to do. Like if you're short, just own up to it. Be Lord Farquaad. That's all I gotta do. I could have said that with a straight face. I could have said that with a straight face. But it's not that big a deal. But ayo, check this out.
I'm sure your marketing team points out how they're trying to troll you in the marketplace. Okay, I'm sure they're doing that. Can you bring this one clip? I know you were on what do you call it? On what was it? Bill Maher, and Bill Maher talked about the boots. I've seen you walk with these boots. Go ahead and play this clip. This on TikTok went viral. It doesn't have 1 million views. It doesn't have 10 million views. This thing's got 1.2 million likes, and some people are wondering.
What are they? I don't even. I haven't seen that.
They've not shown this to you. Okay,
No.
what they're trying to say with this is that in your boots you have heels.
No.
That's what they're trying to say.
Those are just standard off the rack Lucchese.
How tall are you? How tall are you, Governor? How tall?
5'11".
5'11". Okay. Why don't you wear tennis shoes and dress shoes?
I do wear tennis shoes when I work out. Yeah, 100%.
You do.
Yep.
Okay. I got a gift for you. I'd love for you to wear. Okay. I shop at Ferragamo. Okay. And
I don't accept gifts. I can't accept it.
I totally get it.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to put it here. And then
Okay.
if you wear it, you fair it. I know.
At that moment, only saying I don't accept gift was kind of lame. He should have said something more than that because they're joking on him. He couldn't say something with a joke like, "Oh, I don't accept gift," and plus I'd come up short if I put those on because they already think he's short. He just should have continued playing on them. Or at that moment, he should have said, "Hey, Pat, how tall are you?" and then take his shoes off, ending it then and there. But because he might actually be short, he just had a cop out and say, "I don't accept gift," and that's it, and then go back to going like to being a politician. Him not capitalizing on that funny situation might not hurt his campaign as much as hurting him when he goes on different media or different platform and attack Trump. I understand that you're running against him, but you can't be constantly attacking a man, especially with a large base of the Republican Party are diehard Trump supporters, and some are like just regular Trump supporters that like really stand for what he was doing and really believe that hey, he's the better choice. You're gonna push a lot of those people off. And the people that you're trying to sway, the more moderate people, there's not really that many left in my eyes. It's more of the people that are moderate or center are like people that just tend to stay out of politics. That's my personal belief. But I'm not an expert in this, so I don't know. But going on platforms and attacking Trump like this, I don't think it's gonna help him.
So, Governor, the one thing that Donald Trump will have going for him in spades is the economy. People will trust him on the economy. He's already done it once. He's known as a businessman. What are you bringing to the table to this all-out war on the American dream? Corporations have been weaponized, red tape, all of the stuff that's going on. You'll have the Fed against you, the big banks. How do you change the economy?
Well, look, I would just say push back a little bit. I mean, I think he did great for 3 years, but when he turned the country over to Fauci in March of 2020, that destroyed millions of people's lives. And in Florida, we were one of the few that stood up, cut against the grain, took incoming fire from media, bureaucracy, the left, even a lot of Republicans, had schools open, preserved businesses. And so Florida, since COVID, has outperformed virtually any state in the country when you look at all these significant metrics. I mean, we're booming. We've got people moving in here. Wealth is coming in here. And so I think when people look back, that 2020 year was not a good year for the country as a whole. It was a situation where Florida started to stand alone. So I think that's an important contrast.
I like what Brad DeSantis did during the pandemic. I was in the military during that time, and I was stationed in North Carolina, and I was still able to come down and visit my family members and not have no problem and be worrying about mad bad super bad restriction because I'm coming from a different state and stuff like that. So I like what he did, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna give Trump and a lot of other politicians a pass because people were just swinging it. Not a lot of people knew what they were doing, so they're just like, all right. People are scared. I gotta do something because if I don't do something, people are gonna oh, you're not doing anything. People are dying. And they're gonna blame the deaths on you. So you gotta do. It was basically that. Like that might not be an excuse to in some people's eye, but I don't know. Like you can't really blame them because nobody was familiar with something like that, and the people that they had that were telling them what to do were just not the best people. I feel like the whole way that we quarantined didn't actually have to be done because what was it 2% or less than 2% of risking death? Believe, but if you were high risk, the people that are high risk most definitely should have quarantined and most definitely should have been be up for the vaccine when it was up. But everybody else, if you're between 21 to 35 and you live a healthy lifestyle, you're not obese, you're not having any pre-existing health condition. I don't see why you couldn't continue to coexist. Because the faster it goes through the population, the faster you get that herd immunity. Because I don't know, maybe I forgot. We gotta check in with Sweden one day and see what happened with that herd immunity. But that's another day, another story. I believe when he was showing up on left media and showing up on platforms that are leaning left and attacking Trump, I believe those were more damaging to his career also because people that's already voting for a Republican or people that are already concerned or people that really lean toward the right have a strong disdain and strong dislike for the left and their people. So showing up on their platform and not one only being there, but two attacking their main man. I got news for you, Bucko. They're not gonna like that.
It's interesting. Joe Biden may have spent a lot of time in his basement, but he climbed out of that basement to debate other Democrats and Republicans.
That's true.
And Trump won't even get out of wherever he's staying.
Well, and also, you look back, Joe Biden did debate. You're right. That first debate against Biden, Biden beat Trump. I mean, I had a bunch of people. We were excited for it. And we were stunned at the end of that debate about how bad it was, and it did hurt his numbers, and I think had an impact on the election. So he needs to prove to Republicans that he's going to be somebody that's going to be able to be up there and get the job done. But you're right. When he's off the teleprompter now, you do see things where he's saying things about not voting, where he's saying things about, there was no way he was going to have Mexico pay for the wall. A lot of these different things. I think you got to go up there. You got to be able to speak from the heart. When we're out there campaigning, I'm not using a teleprompter. I'm just out there speaking and telling people what I believe.
There are people, Governor, who say as they look at that Iowa poll we just had up there, where you're still down 27 points, that perhaps your theory of the case is to just hang in there, hang around, because if some of these indictments turn into convictions for Donald Trump, finally Republicans will abandon him. Is that a fair assessment?
Not really. I mean, I think so far all those cases have actually helped him because I think it has rallied support because I think people are sympathetic. But I think what you see, and I think Joe's right, in Iowa, he's got some hard support, but a lot of those people are looking at other candidates, and so their default is Trump. He's the most famous person in politics. We understand that. But when we get in there and show that we're a viable alternative, someone that will fight for them, but also fight smartly so we can win again as Republicans, and not just the election, but actually deliver on our promises and then lead with a positive vision to bring about a great America comeback. If we do that, we're going to be in good shape and we're going to be able to do it. But people are not locked in. I mean, that is very true. And in Iowa, I don't think they're locking in. New Hampshire, they're not locking in. So we're doing it. I'm not hoping for any type of special intervention. We're going to go win it by convincing a plurality of the voters that we're the best choice.
And you did say, Governor, at that August debate when the question was put to the entire panel, if Donald Trump is convicted, will you still, and he is the nominee, would you still support him? And you raised your hand. You're a lawyer. You've served in the Navy. You were well trained at the greatest schools. Do you really believe that a man who's convicted of, say, attempting to overturn the 2020 election or taking nuclear secrets back to his beach club, do you actually still, as we sit here today, believe that person should be president?
So I signed a pledge, Willie, and that pledge is what it is. Now, do I think somebody under those circumstances could get elected president? The answer is no. That will not happen. I think that Republican voters will understand that as we get closer to voting. But it would be fatal in a general election. And I don't think the party should nominate in that situation. However, I signed the pledge. I'm a Republican. I don't think it's going to come to that, and I think we'll get the job done like we need to. But the reality is I signed it, and that's what I did.
So you stand by that this morning?
Yeah, when I signed the pledge, I knew you never know what's going to happen. It's a crazy process. People make different decisions, and I think my point of view on it was, I'm participating in this process. I've got the plan to win. We're going to win. At the same time, it's like you can't just take your ball and go home. You can't, on the one side of your mouth, say the country's in decline, Biden's failing, and on the other hand, say, I'm just going to pout if things don't go my way. So that was kind of my rationale for doing it.
I think I said before, but Ron DeSantis shouldn't have went this presidential election, but he should have went for the next one because he should or went for the VP this one.
But I treated you like a son.
I wasn't made to play the son.
But going against Trump is not good because Trump has so much pull, so much weight that going against him is not going to just do damage to you during this campaign, during this season, but it might do damage to him for his base in Florida for when he goes up to get voted for in Florida. Because let's say Trump supports another Republican that opposes Ron, then bam, there it goes. Someone else is gonna might become the governor of Florida. That might easily happen if Trump just said, "Hey, yo, I support him." I know a lot of other conservative people, Republicans, right leaning people, even some moderates were expecting that, or some people were like, "Oh, I would like that," versus go with whatever Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama or um Jordan Newsom, Gordon, I forgot his name, some Newsom down in California, or whatever combination of the three that they're trying to run against the Republican candidate in the next election. I'm not gonna lie, when Ron first started, I was like in his campaign. I was like, okay, he from Florida, I'm in Florida, I like that. Trump, I like Trump too. This is gonna be a kind of tough decision. And then the person that was in charge of his campaign just started saying, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna give you this L. Let's take this L. We're gonna do this L." Instead of just getting him good advice so they could actually win, they're just taking bad decisions and doing bad things. Like, why would you go meet foreign leaders if you're not gonna have a presidential campaign? And then why lie about it? Because I know Newsom in California is gonna do a presidential campaign. That's why he's doing the debate with Ron and like I forgot when to do the debate. Definitely wanted to do the debate. Come on, it's kind of obvious. But if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that like button. If you dislike what I'm doing, you gotta hit the like button, rewatch the video, subscribe, and then dislike. That's the only way it works. I don't know why, but if you got a comment, if you think that something I said was stupid, if you got a disagreement, go ahead leave a comment down below, and I might hit you back if I have time. But if you want to continue to see more of this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And hey yo, I'm out.
And we're out of here like a screaming herd of turtles.